So tonight is a night of celebration. This is one of the nights that our students from the New American Speakers Program are going to be sharing their stories with our audience. And so we're very, very grateful for everyone who has made time to be here today. Um, the New American Speakers Program is hosted by Weave Tales, and Weave Tales is an organization that seeks to amplify the voices of refugees and immigrants in Florida and in multiple other states through immigrant and refugees' own voices and stories. So nobody is trying to speak on behalf of refugees and immigrants. No one's trying to give refugees and immigrants a voice because we all have a voice. We are trying to amplify the voices of refugees and immigrants by providing platforms for refugees and immigrants to share their own stories in their own words, for their own purposes. And so the New American Speakers Program fits within that as a training program that's 10 weeks. It's all virtual, it's online, where students who have shared experience, this cohort, we are lucky to have students who all have some experience with forced displacement, who have come together to build community, to share their stories. And they go through a 10-week program of training, and then we host 2 storytelling nights through that program. At each of those storytelling nights, half of the class shares a story that they've practiced. So they've been working on this for weeks. They wrote the story, they've practiced it, and they're here to share it with you all today. And at those events, we also invite renowned speakers, keynote speakers to come share their inspirational stories with us today. And I'm so happy to say that today we have 2 of those key speakers, keynote speakers. One is Adam Sadda and the other is Denali Chakma. So we're very, very grateful, and we'll be introducing them shortly. As I mentioned, Weave Tales brings the stories of millions of refugees around the world to the public to change the way that we see refugees and immigrants through storytelling. One of the things that we do through the program is promote mutual understanding through the sharing of stories, and not through the flattening of difference, but by highlighting that differences are critical to everything that we do. So I'm happy to answer any questions about Weave Tales, about the New American Speakers Program. And as we launch into our program, I encourage you to support and follow Weave Tales, follow all the amazing work that they do, and come join us anytime we have further events. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can introduce our first keynote speaker. All right. Before I do that, I do want to provide a shout out to the Refugee Storytellers Collective and to all the sponsors who make this event possible. This wouldn't be possible without the work of so many people. The staff that works with the New American Speakers Program, our executive director, Basma Alawi, our assistants, Ifiana Svari and Sheridan Block, and Marwa Alabindi. So there's so many different people who make this event possible, and we're very grateful to them. So we're going to jump in with our first keynote speaker. And I'm so happy to have Adam Sadda here as our first keynote speaker. I'm especially grateful to have Adam here because he was actually a student in the New American Speakers Program, and now he's coming back as a keynote speaker. So I think that's a really great sign of somebody who's gone through the program and who now has speaking possibilities and opportunities because of that. So just to give you a little introduction to Adam, Adam Sadda was born and raised in Darfur. When violence broke out in 2003, Adam and his family were part of those who were targeted, and they witnessed the mass genocide and suffering in Darfur firsthand. They escaped to live in the jungles of Western Darfur for 2 years before escaping to the country, to the neighboring country, Chad. In 2013, Adam was resettled in the United States, leaving his family behind in a refugee camp in Chad. Adam was determined to make the most out of his new life in the United States. Currently, he's based in North Carolina, where he recently graduated from the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. So congratulations, with his bachelor's degree in political science and economics with a concentration in human rights. He hopes that he'll be able to utilize his education to make a positive impact inside his community and beyond. He's also very active in various advocacy organizations, including the Refugee Congress, where he is a delegate. And I can say from firsthand experience, seeing Adam speak and seeing many of the speeches that he's written, that he's a truly phenomenal speaker and just an inspiration in general. So welcome, Adam, and I'll leave the floor to you.
Thank you, Dr. Laura, for the introduction, and good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for having me tonight. My name is Adam Sadda, and I stand before you tonight as a proud refugee from Darfur, Sudan, and grateful resident of the state of North Carolina, and uh, it is honor for me to share my journey and my story with all of you. But before I begin, I would like to express my deepest gratitude for the new American Students Program and the team for providing me with the opportunity to share and connect with all of you. As Dr. Laura mentioned, I am a graduate of this program, and I understand the importance of storytelling and the power of storytelling in general. Uh, I would say I affirm this. I came to the US in 2013 as a refugee after fleeing genocide and ethnic cleansing that had taken place in Darfur. My arrival in the US marked the beginning of a new chapter in my life. Leaving my family and my hometown was not really very easy, but here in North Carolina and in America in general, I found a place where kindness was placed in and the refugees and immigrants and welcome. I quickly realized that my story was not just about survival, just like so many other refugees and immigrants who flee their countries and come to the US, but it is about the resiliency and empowerment. One of the most remarkable aspects of my journey has been the way I have been embraced by my new community that is testament to the strength and unity. The idea of community building might have, seemed very easy to so many people and so many refugees and immigrants, but it is not that easy. It is, about facing, challenging at the same time, keep resisting in order to build a new life in this country. We come together, if we come together, we are not just sharing our stories and our experiences, but we are exploring a collective force, for change, to make our communities better places where all refugees and immigrant communities are equally represented. Refugee activism thrives when individuals have been endure similar struggles and side by side, working together towards shared vision and values. It is about leveraging our voices, background, experiences, and uniting our common purpose to raise our voices for justice, advocacy, for those who cannot speak up, as we doing through storytelling and our experiences, and creating positive change within our adaptive homes. As a refugee myself, I have witnessed first-hand experience how refugees and immigrants in this country determine extraordinary impact when it comes to social change and contribution, whether it is on economic side or otherwise. Together, as we speak as a collective, as we come together to share our stories, we can tackle so many challenges, leveraging from advocating for accessible healthcare, for example, and education to raise awareness about refugee experiences in America. Every step we as a refugee take is a testament to our strengths and gain and support one another. My journey isn't without so many challenges. Each of us bring unique stories and perspectives to the table. For example, refugees bring wellness of experiences, talent, and resilience to their host community, particularly in this country, US. The strengths and the ability are often strengths and ability for refugees sometimes overlook it, in this country by structural barriers and stereotyping that refugees face in certain places in the US. However, it is in this moment of diversity that our strengths truly shine. We learn to listen, respect, and find the threads that ties us together as refugees and immigrants, even in the face of adversity and so many challenges that exist in front of us. I don't want to extend or exceed beyond the time limit. I would say that I want to leave you with a simple closing, that our unity is our greatest strength. It embraces us of a strong community. As we coming from very diverse backgrounds, we can transform so many challenges into opportunities, and we can turn dreams into reality, as so many success stories exist among refugees and immigrant community. Thank you so much for listening, and this is all I have. I will turn the mic back to Dr. Laura.
Thank you so much, Adam. Thank you for that inspirational story. One of the things